you agree with the result because Verdun was complaining a lot about the fight.
How could you complain about that fight? First of all, Verdun had him out on his feet. You had the fight won, and you double leg him and take him down when it looks like you lost the first 2 rounds. If I was Verdun, I would complain, though, that somebody gave a 10-8. I don't know how you have a 10-8 in that round. In that fight anywhere. The fight was weird. There wasn't a lot of action. And if you had to score the fight, I had Verdun, down going into the 3rd round. He should have finished him. How many times do I say don't leave it in the hands of the judges, especially when you're possibly down 2 rounds?
And I know that you don't make predictions on fight night, but did Overeem earn the title shot?
We'll see. I mean, that wasn't a very impressive performance. And he got knocked out in the 1st round by the champ, Stipe Miocic. But on the flip side, he's one of the top 1 or 2 guys in the world, so we'll see.
When does Stipe want to come back?
That I don't know. We'll see.
So realistically, Ngannou or Dos Santos could earn a title shot. Maybe not Dos Santos, but Ngannou could?
Yeah, not Dos Santos. Actually, I think we're lining up Ngannou and Dos Santos. I think they're going to fight next.
Yeah, that's been official for Edmonton.
Yeah. So why are you asking me if I'd make that fight?
No, if you make Ngannou versus the champ versus Stipe, if Ngannou beats Dos Santos.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's down the road. The other fight hasn't even happened yet.
So speaking of Edmonton, you mentioned that Nunes versus Shevchenko could headline that. Is that what you're targeting now?
Well, I don't know if they'd headline it, but they'd be on that card. I don't know if I'm going to give them a headlining spot again.
So the last card in Oklahoma City, you guys paid tribute to Tim Hague. Obviously, that was a boxing incident in Edmonton, but are you worried about bringing a card there with that commission, given that there's some circumstances surrounding Tim's death that might have been their fault?
No, that's why we have Mark Ratner and the group that we do that work for us. We first of all, like tonight, that fight earlier on, that ref should have stopped that fight earlier. It was a horrible stoppage by the referee, and
is that the one on Fight Pass?
Yeah, and I believe in our team, so we'll there'll be refs that are refs and judges that are very experienced in Edmonton, so I'm not worried about it.
So we've heard different versions about what really happened to Amanda. What really happened to Amanda? How is she feeling right now, and is the fight going to be rescheduled to Canada?
Amanda didn't feel well today, so she pulled out of the fight. I mean, she was medically cleared to fight, but she didn't feel right, so she pulled out. She's fine.
So when you say she's medically cleared, does that mean you probably wanted her to step in there? Obviously, there's merchandise involved, gate involved. There's a lot that goes into promoting these events.
Yeah, and promotion. I mean, the millions of dollars that are spent on promotion for the fight, et cetera. I mean, I could go on for days. But, do I want her to fight? Of course I want her to fight. We would never ask anybody to fight that wasn't physically capable of fighting. She was physically capable of fighting. I just don't know if she was mentally capable of fighting.
Did she earn the purse or no?
No.
She didn't get a purse.
She did not get a purse. Did she fight?
No.
Does Shevchenko get her show money?
Shevchenko will make her money, yes.
And are you really rescheduling this to Toronto or to Canada?
I don't know. We want to. I mean, I think that's what we want to do.
That's Sean Shelby saying halfway there. Justin Gaethje, awesome performance yesterday. One of the best fights ever. I said to somebody, if this goes 5 rounds, it'll be no doubt the best fight in the history of the organization. He wanted an interim title shot with Tony Ferguson. First off, are you guys still planning on doing an interim belt at lightweight with Conor boxing Floyd? And second, could Gaethje get into the mix with such an incredible performance?
He absolutely could. I mean, I think that his fight the other night breaks him into the top 5. And, I got to see what's going on with Khabib and Tony, but that's the fight to make is Khabib and Tony.
You're not worried about what happened with Khabib last time around?
I'm very worried. Yeah, but Khabib is actually coming to the training center, the Performance Institute here in Vegas, and I think a lot of the people are going to work there with him on nutrition and weight cutting.
With Bisping coming into the cage at the end of the fight, you guys are saying you're going to make Bisping Whitaker next. GSP versus Bisping's dead and buried now?
Yeah. GSP and Whitaker and Bisping is dead and buried. GSP will see. So now Damian Maia will fight Tyrone Woodley, and GSP will face the winner.
So that's I guess not official, and you never know what's official, but that's the direction you're going in?
That's the plan.
Can you talk a little bit about this Damian Maia thing? He received the news shortly. Was the fight why do this fight so in a short time?
Well, the champ wants to fight. Tyrone Woodley wants to fight. Damian Maia does not have to take the fight, but he's going to be offered the fight because he stepped up, he took this fight, and he's next in line. But if the champ wants to fight, is the champ supposed to wait for the man, I can't get shit out tonight. I can't get my, is he supposed to wait for the contender, right? Is he? No, he's the champ. So if he's ready to go, Damian has two options. He's either ready to go too, or he'll wait for what's next.
And how do you see this matchup?
Let me tell you what, Damian Maia, people say it all the time, is a one-trick pony, but that one trick is real good, man. When he gets his hands on you, you're done. It's impressive.
This was the 6th Ultimate Fighter winner to become a champion. Does that give you a lot of hope for the future of the show? Is that why the show exists pretty much, is to build these contenders into future champions?
Absolutely. If you look at the Ultimate Fighter and what it does, how hard it is, the pressure that these guys are under, how many times they have to cut weight, how many times they have to fight, it's incredible. The show is incredible. It's always super relevant. This last season we just did, one of the best seasons we've ever done. The T.J. Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt, and then it's called Redemption, and look who ends up winning the entire season. It's awesome. I mean, the show is incredible. It's always going to be very relevant because it's always going to be based on, who are the coaches, what is the back and forth and the rivalry with the coaches, and who do we cast, as the contenders on the show. It's an incredible show.
So after Horn and now Whitaker, how big do you think fight is right now in Australia?
Huge. I would actually like to do this fight in Australia. I would like to do Bisping versus Whitaker in Australia.
The Sydney card, November, fight night, on TV?
I don't know what part, but I would love to do it there.
And maybe Megan Anderson and Chris Cyber?
And then maybe what?
Megan Anderson, because she's from there, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's a possibility.
And how big do you think Chris Cyborg fight is next 214?
Yeah, listen, you saw it tonight. They showed her on TV. She got a big pop. I think it's a good fight. This card, on the 29th is amazing. It's an incredible card, and I think it's a big fight.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.